Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
916, getting down with another fresh out Prison Talk. Now, you probably haven't heard too much about this one. Convicted killer and rapist.
A former police chief serving time for murder escaped an Arkansas correctional facility over the weekend. Chelsea Torres is now joining us from Gateway, Arkansas, where the escapee used to work as the police chief. So, Chelsea, do we know anything about how he escaped?
Yeah, Matthew, the Arkansas Department of Corrections are still trying to do that investigation to give us those details of exactly how Grant Hardin escaped the correctional facility. But they do say he was wearing a makeshift outfit to mimic law enforcement. And this is the last known photo that we have of him. This is posted by the Ozarks County Sheriff's Office. They say he was last seen wearing a black hat, black pants, and a black top, and possibly a prison guard vest. Now, Grant Hardin was convicted of raping an elementary school teacher. Then in 2017, Hardin pleaded guilty to murdering a city water employee, serving a combined 80-year sentence at the Caligo Rock Prison in northern Arkansas.
Yeah, this just happened. Authorities said on Thursday, Grant Hardin, a convicted killer and rapist, remains on the loose after escaping. He was serving time for first-degree murder and separate case of the rape of an elementary school teacher in the 1990s. This guy, he escaped by dressing like a correctional officer and moving himself out of the property. So they don't know how he obtained the uniform. It appeared homemade or brought in somehow. Security camera footage shows Hardin pulling an industrial cart, which authorities say he left outside the prison after escaping. Man, that's ingenious, and it takes a lot of balls. You can only imagine how long he was planning this one out. This is not like the 11 inmates that escaped in Louisiana. This guy had a plan, and I would imagine trying to capture him is going to be a little bit more complicated because the level of his crimes and the sophistication of his escape, he's got to have some other things aiding and abetting him out there. Hardin has worked across several law enforcement departments in Arkansas. Officials said he has a history of behavioral and performance issues. He was most recently worked as a police chief in Gateway, Arkansas. Hardin was convicted of first-degree murder in connection to the shooting death of 59-year-old James Appleton in 2017. Appleton's sister, who is the mayor of Gateway, called Hardin an evil man and called his escape almost like deja vu all over again. So this guy, he ain't no joke. He ain't no joke. Devil of the Ozarks is what they call him. Hardin also convicted of rape and kidnapped her after DNA evidence from 1997 and sexual assault on a teacher in Rogers. Arkansas connected him to the crime. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison for Appleton's murder and additional 50 years for the rape and kidnapping of an elementary school teacher. So this guy, he's no joke. This guy's no joke. And yeah, it's surprising this isn't all over the news, but it did pop up on my social media, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. I'm kind of interested in getting your feedback and what you think of this. So being that he's in law enforcement, with prior law enforcement, you know he knows the movements and how he can be tracked. Unless he gets out of the country, you know, and he has some type of passport in play, ID, what do you guys want to bet there's somebody helping him? There's always somebody helping somebody, man. The only way you can stay off the radar these days with all the technology and all the cameras is if somebody is helping you. So this guy, to even have what appeared to be a makeshift uniform on, somebody had to bring in something. Even if he didn't make it, they made it and dropped it off. So we'll see what happens. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Big Herc 916 Prison Talk.